Hello, everybody. Welcome to yet another very wonderful session, which is the 11th unit of our great course, Beauty Knowledge Transition module. And in this session, we are going to talk about faith, F-A-I-T-H, part A. We are going to discuss this in two parts. But first, let us have a quick recap of what we discussed in the last session. We discussed whether our success in life depends on us finding the truth. You remember we talked about investigation of truth and how much our own success depends on finding the truth. You also remember that this was discussed in the context of thirst for knowledge as a moral force within all of us. Then, if our success depends on investigating the truth, then what truth should we search? And then, what means are available to us in our search for truth? These were some of the questions that we discussed in the last session. We said that humility and sincerity were necessary to find the truth, but they could also become polluted. And how have scientific discoveries been made through dreams? Well, dreams, meditation are two other means for discovering truth. So, many examples we discussed that really some of the scientists who were so passionate about finding the truth, they could come to the answers they wished through dreams, and of course, many discoveries through meditation. And we said that really meditation is a great faculty we all have. And meditation can open the doors of mysteries for us, questions about which we do not know anything. So now let's go reflect on some questions before we start our discussion about faith. The first question I like to put is, what does faith mean? I know we may have different perceptions of what it is. Can we come to some common conclusion? And then, second point is that how is faith acquired? And of course, is faith necessary to achieve our personal development and capability building? How does it relate to this? But to start with, let me invite you, dear learners, to discuss with your learning partner and see what does faith mean to you, how is faith acquired, and is faith necessary for us to achieve our personal development and capability building. You can take 4 minutes to pause the video, answer your question, and then continue the video. Okay, these questions mind-boggling sometimes, to think of the answers. Mrs. Sawant would like to throw some light.
Sure. So, from what I understand about faith, faith is a strong belief in the correctness of something. Mm-hmm. It is a stage when we go beyond doubt.
Right.
And faith is acquired through knowledge and our experiences. So my faith is my potentiality, and it is necessary for developing one's personality. So if I need to grow morally and intellectually, mm-hmm. right, it's my personal development, right. Then it won't be possible without strong faith.
Yes, right? Absolutely right. Mm-hmm.
So in the process of my personal development and capacity building, we all come across several challenges and difficulties, and our path becomes quite challenging. In such a situation, it is faith, mm-hmm. the strong conviction in our beliefs and in our abilities that helps us to overcome these challenges.
Yes, wonderful. Very nice. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now, according to encyclopedias and dictionaries, faith means a strong belief or unquestioned confidence You also said it, In something such as a value, you believe in a value strongly, you have faith in it. A value, for example, you believe in justice. All right? You have faith in unity. Very strong, unquestioned, confidence you have. Or a truth. Suppose you 100% have faith that really humanity is one. It could be a faith in an idea. For example, the idea that yes, transformation is possible. So you have faith in it. Or you have faith in someone. Well, you must be having faith in someone in your own personal life. So faith is one of the spiritual qualities that has always existed. Some people consider their faith to be the traditions and beliefs that have been passed to them from their ancestors. Well, that's some people's belief is that way. However, to reach to true faith, one needs to investigate the truth. Not just because my father said that, my grandfather said, so I say it. No, one has to investigate the truth, then you reach to the true faith. As we have discussed in the earlier lesson, we have to acquire knowledge and we have to develop understanding. Then that becomes your own faith. You will stand by it. And then you can reach the ultimate level of faith, that is certitude, that is absolute certainty or absolute conviction that something is true. So it is belief, faith, and it is ultimately certitude. Belief, faith, ultimately certitude. And that we should acquire by ourselves. We can't say so and so said it, so it is true. But how do we realize that one has attained the station of faith in his belief? What is the best proof that it is not just a belief, but it is faith? People say, I believe in this. But somebody says, I have faith in this. One who has faith in this, the proof of that is our action. What we have faith in, we do it. The deeds of the teacher, therefore, should attest to the truth of his words. All of us are teachers. Suppose you teach, say, honesty to others, or you teach unity to others, or you teach sacrifice to others. We know you have faith when you become the embodiment of that. It is said that indeed the essence of faith is fewness of words and abundance of deeds. So our own actions are the testimonies to what we believe. One who has faith talks less, does more. I hope we all can become of that category. For example, now one has faith in peace or in friendship and in uprightness. She will practice them in his life and abstain from mischief and conflict, abstain from enmity, abstain from what is not correct, morally right. So if there is no action, that means the faith is dead, is not there. As faith is the outcome of knowledge, understanding, and action, so you get the experience of it also. One who has faith has wisdom, because wisdom comes from all knowledge, understanding, action, experience. So by wisdom, it means the ability to make decisions based on your knowledge and experience. As simple as that. Now, please discuss with your learning partner, how can wisdom influence our daily life? Knowledge, understanding, action, experience, that becomes wisdom. How can it influence our daily life? Write your conclusions. You'll have 2 minutes for that. Okay, Mrs. Sally, what is your thought on this?
Sure, sir. So, wisdom, faith, we are discussing very interesting topics right now.
Oh, yes, it
actually.
is. It is. We
Very
often
much.
don't talk about it.
Right. For some of our learners, this might be first time that they're discussing about it. So, very, very interesting and very much related to our daily lives.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
wisdom is based on knowledge and experience. Just now you have mentioned little while ago, and which protects us from making hasty decisions. So we
Yes.
don't make decisions hastily. We don't jump to conclusion and decide something very quickly. So that is one important aspect when we talk about wisdom.
Maybe even we don't react.
Yes, we don't show our maybe whatever the emotion is. We don't quickly jump onto the emotion, whether I should be angry or I should detest or whatever. So we don't take hasty decision.
Right.
Secondly, it also prompts us to seek guidance by consulting others who may have more wisdom.
More wisdom than us. Okay.
So this approach, which also protects us from dangers of making mistakes,
Sure.
that harm us and harm others also, and deviating, which obviously will deviate us from the straight path.
Oh, sure.
So basically, that is also another aspect. And thirdly, it also protects us from doing something that will make us regret later. So this is related to daily life that I could think of.
Wonderful. Thank you. Very
Thank you,
clear.
sir.
Very clear. Now, there are certain moral qualities that are required to acquire faith. And not only acquire, but to grow in it also. The first quality is detachment from the material things, such as reward and punishment. So if we are looking for having rewards, or we are afraid of the punishment, then that will not allow us to acquire faith. So through detachment from material things, one can search for reality without any expectation of reward or personal gain. So you really look for true knowledge, because knowledge is the beginning of acquiring faith. If I'm attached to certain gains, for example, I want some material rewards, or I want name or fame, or any sort of appreciation, or then I may most probably miss out on the true knowledge. Then there is a second quality, and that is attachment from hearing what others say, or that one's investigation of truth and faith will not be dependent on what other people say. So we should search for knowledge independently. So we have to detach from what other people have said. So don't base your knowledge, don't base your faith on what you hear other people say. You have to investigate, you have to acquire that faith, that knowledge yourself. Then that will be your faith. Otherwise it is somebody else's faith that you are just repeating it. So, first, detachment from material things, gains, rewards, punishments, whatever. Second, detachment from what other people say. Next is detachment from name and fame. Now, that is maybe most difficult, because somebody may say, no, I don't want any material rewards. And I will not also listen to anybody else. But at least I should leave a good name behind in my life, that tomorrow people will remember me. Or I must accomplish something. That is attachment to name and fame. Why we don't have to be attached to name and fame? Because if that is what we seek, they may become obstacles. And we may never reach the faith because we are looking for some other gain. So our reputation and status should not block us from searching and accepting the truth. Because sometimes when you accept a truth, then you'll be tested for that. You may receive, suppose, opposition from others. Then your name and fame may be in danger. Because, oh, so-and-so says like this. So in order that this should not happen to me, to protect my own name, even if I believe it, I don't acknowledge it. That's sad. So, in nutshell, we can say purity of heart from glory and glamour of this world is required to have faith, so that we will be able, as a result of the purity of heart, we will be able to embrace whatever our investigation of truth will present to us. And when we say purity of heart, we mean a heart full of love and detached from all these selfish motives. That becomes a pure heart. Now, once these qualities are acquired and strengthened, one needs to proceed investigating the truth through different means that have been discussed earlier in the earlier sessions. And as the process moves ahead, new doors of knowledge open and new realities appear before us. For such a person, then that is the only desire of his love, to find the truth. And she's ready to undergo any sort of difficulties. Okay, so now this brings us to the end of this session, of this unit. Looking forward to be with you again for the next session. Thank you.
Thank you.